Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to Two Poops
How's
in a
it
Pod,
going?
the only good podcast.
The only show where
I'm
you poop
Wushi,
inside a
I'm a host,
pod.
and he's Muncher,
Okay.
the other host.
I'm Muncher. I'm very cool.
Yeah.
This is the only podcast where you get to see two awesome guys poop inside of a pod.
Just a couple of poops inside a pod. That's us.
Yeah. Okay, should we start our first topic?
Yeah, we can start out with the topic. Which one do you want to pick out? Just the first one we wrote down?
The first one I feel like is kind of boring to start out the entire.
We want to
show.
leave a good first impression, so we. Hold on.
Okay,
I'm gonna. You know what WikiHow is?
WikiHow?
Yeah.
Okay. I like number 2 personally.
I'm gonna look up on WikiHow how to make a good first impression. Okay.
I feel like that's stupid, but I'm not gonna blame you.
Alright. This is so dumb. How to make a good first impression on the first day of new school. How to make a good first impression on women. How to make a good first impression on women in middle school.
Do the one on women. Do the one on women. I mean, there are gonna be women watching this.
We gotta make sure our female viewership goes up. Make yourself presentable. Get
honestly,
yourself clean. Take a hot shower. Wash your hair. Brush your teeth. You're going to want to make sure that you're clean, fresh, and ready to put your best foot forward from the skin outward. It can be awkward going on a date.
Oh man.
Why are we?
Okay, no, we.
You know what?
We should totally
WikiHow has so much more
audio.
interesting articles in this. Do you know how much have you heard about WikiHow?
I haven't heard much about it.
Okay, so they have some absolutely insane articles. So there's normal stuff like how to tie a tie, you know. But then there's other stuff like there was one that was like how to fake being possessed by a demon that I've heard of. Like that involves like lashing out at people, like doing subtle things that would probably just make you look depressed or something that would get your family concerned for you. I'm just gonna search fake on WikiHow. I feel like that's a good keyword. Already, how to fake pregnancy, how to fake a Let's find out how to fake a pregnancy.
Yeah. We should include all this in the podcast, to be honest. Like, honestly. This would be funny.
Showing the early signs of pregnancy. Complain about you're missing your period days before your prank. Complain? Now, I'm not a woman, so correct me if I'm wrong. Periods aren't a good thing, right? Like, you don't want it. Like, you're not going to be complaining if you're missing it, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, women.
I think it's not fun to have. I don't think it is.
Pretend to have morning sickness by faking... Is it even going to explain why anyone would want to fake a pregnancy?
I mean, the first step is just having, like, a boyfriend, like, a long time, having a boyfriend for a decent amount of time. Or having had a boyfriend for a decent amount of time is the first step, obviously.
Alright, I found a little description here. Faking a pregnancy is a fairly easy prank for most women. If you think your partner, friends, or family will get a laugh out of a pregnancy prank, the best way to trick them.
That would not be funny even slightly. They would think you're pregnant. That would be an awful prank.
To fake a false pregnancy test.
Why? Okay, why? That would be the meanest prank ever. And you would like... Oh man.
Who's gonna find this funny? Like, you reveal to them that you're pregnant, and this article is showing like you have to pull this prank for days. Like, you have to do like subtle things every day.
I don't think anyone will have like the actual capacity to prank some. Actually, there are definitely people that would, but I personally would probably tell someone that I'm pranking. That I'm doing a prank before actually people think I'm pregnant, so yeah.
Dip a pregnancy test into a cup of Coke or Pepsi. Some ingredients used to make sodas mimic pregnancy hormones.
What?
So they could give a
When?
false positive on a pregnancy test.
Coke or Pepsi? What are they talking about?
Draw
Oh my
the
gosh.
test, open the test and draw a line to create a positive result. You have to put so much work into this. What sane person would like receive this prank and be like, how that's so goofy of you. I
How
can't,
funny.
you got me,
Your
you got
family-
me good.
Your family will get so mad at you.
Try it.
Yeah.
Inspire pregnancy test to get a false
I don't-
positive result.
I don't at first, like, if you weren't married and you just had a boyfriend, that would obviously not be good.
Whoa!
Your
Step
family. Your family
6
would
is
not be happy
crazy.
if you told them or not.
Get a pregnant friend to give you a urine sample.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Who puts this much work into this? Who does this at all? Who puts any amount of
Okay.
effort into this prank?
I personally would do this.
That was the final step. I'm gonna see if I can find any more
No,
good
Wushi,
ones.
you should prank your family by doing this.
I'd
Wushi, you
make-
have to prank your family by doing that.
How to fake your period. I think I'm gonna skip that one. I think I've had enough periods for today.
Yeah. What? What? Okay, what are some others?
Ooh, just a lot of how to fake symptoms of being sick.
That's pretty
Um,
easy. I've done that to get out of school before.
How to fake your death and disappear without a trace. Here, how to fake confidence? That's so sad. How to fake a
I mean,
nosebleed?
a lot of people do. That's just stupid. How do you do that?
How to fake
Nosebleeds are
food
just, like-
poisoning? Who is doing this? What kind of prank is this?
Okay, no. What could you possibly gain from half of these? Like, half of these aren't even that like. Even if it happens, no one's gonna be like, oh, that's crazy.
Alright, just to do
They're just gonna be
a
like,
quick last
"You're stupid."
end the pregnancy thing. I found another pregnancy related article. 3 ways to
Ooh,
create a
what?
fake pregnancy belly at home. A fake
What?
pregnancy belly can be useful for roleplay, acting on stage, or pulling an epic
Roleplay?
prank on your friend. But what if you don't want to spend a lot of money on a costume online? In this article, we'll teach you how to make a convincing bump with a few supplies in your home. With just a helmet, blanket, or a ball. Get ready to rub your belly and turn heads everywhere you go. Using a helmet. You choose a large round helmet to serve as your baby bump. A bicycle helmet works best for this method, but try a few different shapes and sizes to see which one looks the most convincing. Apply masking tape over the top of the helmet to hide any ridges or edges to create a realistic looking lump.
The way they say that is funny.
Oh, some of these pictures are just. I'm not gonna get too deep into the pictures because this is a podcast, but like the articles always show like drawings, showing how to do it. Skimming through this article is more of the same, so I'm gonna do a different one. How about which one sounds the most appealing to you? How to fake a nosebleed? How to fake confidence? How to fake a hickey? How to fake your death and disappear without a trace?
Yeah.
And that's it.
I mean, faking a nosebleed wouldn't even be that, like, if you have a nosebleed, it's not even that crazy. Like, if you just told them you're pranking, they would just all think you're a loser and stupid. Nobody would think it's funny.
I'm gonna at least read
That's
the
just-
reasoning as to why this article exists. If you want to make your nose bleed without hurting yourself, You'll need to create a fake nosebleed with fake blood. Fake blood is highly adaptable, so they don't give a reason. Cool.
I mean, literally, like, I just have scabs in my nose, so I would never have to worry about that.
How to fake confidence has too much of a use, so I'm not gonna do that one.
Yeah, that's too useful. I know a lot of people who could gain from that.
How to fake your death and disappear without a trace. This one feels... If you're looking for this, you probably did something that you shouldn't have. Think. Step 1 is literally think twice before faking your own death. Understand the legal ramifications of pseudocide. Is that what that's called?
Well, yeah, I think so. I mean, just like fake it and then move to Afghanistan or something. Somewhere where no one can catch you.
And then only step 1 and 2 are telling you to maybe reconsider. After those two, it's like, oh, okay, so you want to? Okay, here's how. Begin erasing your information months in advance. Start stockpiling cash gradually. Stage your death.
Man, I should write this stuff down.
Create a convincing fake death that will trigger very few questions. If you leave a suicide note,
what?
Law enforcement will be less likely to investigate. If you'd rather not put your family through that stage, an accidental death like drowning or disappearing on a hike for extra insurance.
Oh yeah.
For extra assurance.
That's true. I mean, just the fake drowning. And
yeah, they're really
a suicide note.
Assume a new identity. They're really going all in. Just lay low immediately after dying. Move somewhere where you won't be recognized. I mean, I guess for this one it makes sense to go really in detail.
This
about,
is useful stuff.
Why does it exist?
This is super useful stuff, though.
Community Q&A. Wait.
What is that? That sounds so cool.
Do you have to get plastic surgery for your disguise? No, plastic surgery is expensive and unnecessary. To remain inconspicuous, plus there will likely be insurance/liability paperwork you'll need to fill out, which puts you at risk of getting discovered. How can I fake my death on an online form realistically?
Is, what?
If nobody...
How do you... So basically you have to do paperwork to prove that you're dead?
Are these real questions that people ask that they're getting answers for? There's a poll to the answers of these questions that like ask if it's helpful or not. 8 people said the plastic surgery one was helpful.
Okay, I'm just confused about the one that asked, don't you need to sign to fake your own death? They said you need to sign a legal document to make people think you're dead. That's literally that's what I thought they said at first.
I want to go back and read the questions and answers on the pregnancy one. This is a cool new discovery. How can I use a pillow for my belly when it's not the shape of a pregnant belly? I wouldn't recommend using a pillow at all because it would look lumpy and unreal. 161 people found that helpful.
161 people.
What happens if I'm caught? Should I adopt a baby?
Honestly,
how far are people taking this prank?
Why would people do this? I mean, the only reason you would want to do that for that prank is just if like you were really worried that people would get mad at you if you told them.
This isn't even related to the article. It just says, what do I do if my girlfriend is pregnant?
I mean, I don't know, just figure out what to do.
And then the answer to that one was, be there for her. She needs your support. And I guess 291 people found that helpful. 291 people needed to hear that advice.
I mean, that's not that surprising.
How to fake a sore throat. Let's see. How to tell if
I feel like
Jordans
that
are
wouldn't be that
fake.
hard.
How to fake pink eye. Why?
You mean Jordan's friends? How to tell if Jordan's friends are fake?
True. Let's see. How to fake it. Why is there two how to fake a nosebleed? Why is this such a popular? How to fake a facial piercing.
Whoa, I need to figure out that.
How to make a fake
How to
fireplace. How to fake a back
How-
injury.
How to fake having friends.
And I found another how to fake food poisoning. Why is there multiple
Why are there
of
like
these?
2 articles, man? I mean, I guess some of the most useful ones, like how to fake a nosebleed.
Only the most useful. How to make a fake beard. And the drawing shows a woman putting on the fake beard. So I can only imagine what that's used for.
Women do not have beards.
How to fake a cough in school.
I thought you said a coffin school.
How to fake having a boyfriend. I think we could really use this one.
Oh, same.
Do all your
I need
friends have
to figure
boyfriends
that.
and you don't? Yeah.
Totally.
Do you always feel left out because your friends are talking about their boyfriend and you have nothing to share? This article is for you.
Every single day.
Fake having a boyfriend, simply and easily. Let's get to the action. Create basic facts about your boyfriend. What's his name? What does he look like? Where did you meet him? Etc. etc. Create an email address for him.
I'm creating that right now.
Making the email address right now.
Cause I really need a boyfriend, man.
The other girls are making fun of me for not
killing
having
me.
a boyfriend. What am I supposed to do?
Get rid of them.
If
Find new
possible, get a
friends.
male friend of yours to impersonate being your boyfriend. You need some help with that?
Totally.
Yeah, we could like go out with your gal
hey, you
friends,
could help with me.
We can make
True,
out a bit,
true.
make sure they know we're for real.
No, we gotta do it at the pool, and then everyone will shout lesbians.
That's us. That's the two of us. We're just a couple of lesbians.
Oh, that should be the name of our podcast. A couple of lesbians.
I wonder, do you think there's another? Do you think there's a podcast that's called A Couple of Lesbians out there?
I mean, that wouldn't be that surprising. That would be
I wonder if there's
silly
another
and
podcast
funny.
called Two Poops in a Pod.
Okay, I'm just gonna search 2 poops in a pod right now.
Yeah, let's see what we get.
Poops
Imagine
in
it's just
a pod.
there's like 3 podcasts with Two Poops in a Pod as the name, and we just.
Oh, come on! There is another one.
There is.
There is another podcast.
Wait, I'm looking this up. Two Poops in a Pod.
It's so sad, man. Why?
Oh, they only started 2 months ago. We were just 2 months late. No wonder the Two Poops in a Pod handle was taken. And now we have to be.
Oh,
now our
come
handle has to
on.
be Two Poops in a Podcast.
I don't
Two
wanna have
Poops
that.
wreaking havoc on the podcast industry. New uploads every
Okay.
Sunday. See ya. We got it competition.
Luckily, they haven't uploaded for a while, so I think they're gone already.
Nice.
Subscribe.
They're supposed to do weekly. You want to commit to weekly uploads? We got to compete with them. They haven't
Honestly,
uploaded a
yeah.
month.
We gotta become the most popular 2 poops in a pod YouTube
This
channel.
means war. We gotta get verified.
If you're
before
watching this, subscribe.
them. Subscribe. Stay caught up. Make sure they're not. Look, all their thumbnails are the same except for the number. We can do better than this. Only
Yeah, we can
20-minute,
we can
40-minute
find cool
episodes.
thumbnails. What's the name of this episode gonna be? Is that what are we just gonna be talking about? Is it what we're just gonna be pregnant women? It's the name of the podcast.
WikiHow teaches us Good advice. Gonna check out some. No, the other two poops in a pod. They have an intro. They got music. How are we gonna compete with this?
Oh no. Okay, we just gotta have our podcast has to be more entertaining than them.
No,
We
the
just have
comments.
to
They
be-
get comments. I love this. So funny. I'm dying. Wahoo!
Oh,
We can do
come
better than this.
on.
We can do this.
Oh gosh. Okay, we're gonna beat them. In
Two
real
poops
life.
in a pod. We're starting beef with you.
Okay.
We think your
Okay,
podcast is
that
bad.
leads us on to our first question that I want to do first. What are times you've felt overwhelming negative emotions?
When I found out there was another channel called Two Poops in a Pod.
Yeah. Okay, so like this is might be the like the worst time in my life, but so at Tech, this is a really stupid story, but I'm sharing it. So at Tech, you know.
You want to explain what tech is?
You know how they
this
have-
isn't just for our friends, you know.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. So Tech is a thing where we go. It's called Teens Encounter Christ. It's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
So basically, you go to it, and then there's a bunch of stuff. You do stuff and hang out with other people. That's all I need to explain. But
Yeah.
basically, there was a microwave in the sleeping room, and I was thinking, what if I put a cookie in the microwave to make it like, cause they were cold. You know those cold cookies on the snack table. Okay, so there were cold cookies on the snack table. I decided, hey, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it in the microwave. So I got 2 styrofoam plates to surround it.
Oh no,
But
not
what I
the
didn't know-
styrofoam.
I didn't know styrofoam burned, and I found that out in the middle of a Tech, and our whole cabin got in trouble. Luckily I didn't get in any big trouble, but like the person was like, I'm disappointed in you, and that was just, and I just felt horrible.
Wha-
Do you have any stories where you felt overwhelming negative emotions?
Well, now that I have an example of one of your stories, I'll try and think of something. That's a.
I mean, I know one Elisha had.
All right, yeah. Explain that one.
Okay, so Elisha is my brother. So basically, he was like, I don't want to explain this anymore. It's kind of silly. So he was at camp, and then they were like saying stuff about this woman. What do you notice about her? And then he tried to come up with something funny, silly. So he said she's wearing super short shorts. I didn't, and he didn't realize how horrible that was. But then like, oh, he felt like that was apparently the worst he ever felt.
Glad that we're telling this story for him. Surely he's gonna be a guest in one of these episodes, but
Yeah, there's no way he's not
We-
gonna be.
he doesn't get that story
He's
for
probably
his
gonna
guest
watch it
episode.
at least. He's probably gonna watch it at least too.
You hearing this, Elisha? We're beefing with you now. Beef it. Two poops in a pod. Enemy list. Two poops in a pod and Eli
Two
guy.
poops in a pod. Oh man. So Eli guy, we gotta get him as a guest.
Yeah.
Can you think of any times when you felt like overwhelming negative emotions?
I forgot to think of any while you were explaining all that. We
Just
okay.
like times when you think back on it, you feel sad.
There's nothing that's gonna be entertaining. Should we skip to another question already? I don't know. I don't want to bore the viewers for too long. We want to
That's
stay here,
true.
get that watch time in.
Okay, this one I could really rant on about. Let's do the first one. What factors contribute to why you like a movie?
Hey, I could go on about this.
I was saying, so I've literally spent hours talking about this with my sister and my brother and just my family and friends. So the main thing that contributes to what I like about a movie is its locations. So if it has good locations, then it's different than the aesthetic. It's just the locations that it's in. It has good locations, then I like it a lot more than if it doesn't.
Now, I knew that you felt this way. What I did not know is that it was the main thing that contributes to you liking a movie.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Just the locations and the overall vibe of it, too. The vibe also contributes to it a lot.
So how are the locations in the new Spider-Verse? That's a new topic.
It doesn't have that great of locations overall. It does have some decent ones, like like remember when all the Spider-Mans were climbing the tower to catch
Spoiler
Miles?
warning, by the way, for just in case we get into spoilers. I don't know.
No, this isn't even really a spoiler, but like that location was just fire. Like remember? That was definitely the best one in the movie. And
You know,
and also remember when like Miles was sitting with Spider Woman on the upside down building?
yeah,
That was another awesome location.
good location. Yeah. So to answer the question, to give my answer for this topic, the only things that are really that important to me are just characters and comedy. Like obviously, uh, you have to do everything
Char-
well to get like a perfect universally loved movie like Spider-Verse or something like that. But all I need to enjoy it is good characters and comedy, you know.
Comedy doesn't contribute that much of a factor because it's just hard to make me laugh sometimes.
It's become
Outside of
easier
like
for
our
me
inside jokes.
as of late.
I mean, if I like hear something and it's like from our inside joke, then it's funny, an inside joke we made, but it's not as funny usually. So comedy is not usually that big of a factor for me.
Yeah, for me, it's just if I'm not laughing at it, I'm usually bored.
Uh, the characters are also a big contributor.
The
Like,
characters are
honestly,
huge for me.
I feel like the best way to make something funny is characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you want to make something actually really funny, you have to have funny characters.
Yeah, definitely.
Characters are definitely the second most important thing for me, and then it's probably the story. But because we want to have like time, we want to increase the time. Do you want me to talk about movies that have really good locations?
What locations do you not like? And what movies do you not like the locations of?
There aren't that many that I can think of. Have you watched Stranger Things?
I haven't.
That has really bad locations like that. It had such bad locations it kind of made me would not want to watch it anymore because it had that bad locations.
Where
was
did
a
this
struggle to
start?
get
Have
me
you
the
always just
location.
looked at locations and just this is?
I mean, I never really realized it, but eventually I realized, hey, this is half the reason why I like movies. And also, there are some movies that are like just universally horrible in every way, but I like because of locations. Like The Good Dinosaur. The Good Dinosaur is in my top 20 movies simply because it has awesome locations.
Isn't like the whole point of that movie just realistic backgrounds, and that's the only reason they made it?
Honestly, yeah. It is, but the one part that made it good is just so good. In another movie that has specific, so the Lego Movie is the number one. I know it sounds weird, but the Lego Movie is the best movie in terms of locations in existence.
You must have been
Oh,
jumping
actually,
out of
no,
your seat
No,
watching that
the
for
Lego
the first
movie,
time.
the Lego Movie 2 actually.
Oh.
Yeah, it was the Lego Movie 2. The Lego Movie 1 is also up there. And then one that has another one that I can think of is The Polar Express. Have you ever watched that?
I think my family started watching that, and we just got bored and turned it off.
I love that movie. Not but just because of the locations, because it's funny, it's just awesome. And the only game I'd say that has outstanding locations is Breath of the Wild.
I can agree with that. I can totally agree with that.
Yeah. I feel like Tears of the Kingdom is probably gonna have good locations, but I haven't played it yet. So
I've played it. It's just the same map, but they changed up a lot about it and like added more to explore.
I haven't played it, but what I've seen, it kind of just seems like the Splatoon 3 situation. How it was pretty much an exact copy of the second game with some new stuff.
It
Is that
really
true?
it really is just more of the same, but it's got like a whole new story. The map,
I've
despite
heard
being
it.
the same map, they changed so much about it that it feels like you're experiencing a new thing again. I think it's better than the first one.
I mean, I have heard it does have cool floating islands, but from what I've seen, it just seems like more of the same stuff.
Yeah, I can. It feels sort of more of the same stuff, but they spiced up the gameplay enough for me
I
to
feel like
prefer
it's
it.
not as bad for that as just Splatoon 1. The difference between Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 3 is literally minuscule. Like, they're literally the same game with just a couple new weapons and courses.
I
And
only
it's
ever
just
got the third one.
it's an utter disappointment. I mean, if you don't have any of them, you might as well get the third one just for accessibility, because I guess it's a little better than the second one. But if you already have any of the three games, you really do not need to buy anymore, because
Hmm.
it is literally the same with some extra weapons and extra courses and stuff like that. Like, it's just utterly disappointing
I only ever
how
got the
little
third
they
game, so
changed.
I can't contribute.
Yeah, but trust me, you do not need to get the second one at all.
I wasn't really planning on it. I only ever play it when someone wants to play online with me. I don't think I've played a
Elisha,
single player option.
Elisha,
Yeah. Yep, that's the one.
Elisha used to love it. Elisha goes through so many game phases. Like, I, I barely ever, play new games.
Your phases are long. Right now it's
Yeah,
Geometry Dash.
yeah.
You want to tell them about Geometry Dash?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You can do so much in that game. Like, it's just awesome. I've been making levels that are
Opinions on
cool.
Geometry Dash locations?
Most of the time, okay, I'm gonna get into this. Most of the time, it doesn't have good locations, but I've seen some really cool levels with cool locations that are just awesome.
I'm very
Like,
happy for you.
you asked the question, man.
I did ask the question. I guess I don't have the right to indicate that I don't care with this one, huh?
I mean, stuff like Limbo and Limbo has good locations. That's a cool level. I'm not gonna go ranting about specific levels.
It's
That
just
have
really
good
funny to me. I
locations.
don't know why. I'm just I'm just listening to you talk about Geometry Dash now.
Okay, I don't want to start ranting about this game, so let's talk about something else.
You wanna switch to a new topic? I mean, in my vision, we weren't constantly switching topics, but honestly, I feel like this is working the way it is.
Yeah, I mean I like what we're doing right now.
Hmm. And you know, sometimes we'll
Well,
go completely off board, like searching through WikiHow articles.
I like that. That was fun. We totally got to include that in the podcast.
I'm including all this in the podcast.
Mhm. That's
Everything
awesome.
after the intro.
Okay.
Be careful what you say.
Okay. Okay. Uh, and everyone in my house is listening, so I also have to be careful.
That's
What
the
I say.
motivation. Just don't say anything you wouldn't say out loud to your family.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do. And it's hard, man. It's hard. Okay. Let's talk about Let's talk about some more movies. Like, what are your favorite movies?
Okay, I
That
don't.
goes along with like why you like a movie.
I mean, Spider-Verse 2 is fresh in my mind. That movie was so good.
I mean, I've already forgotten pretty much everything that happened in the movie. It's kind of just it's kind of just an awesome overall experience.
It is.
Like, the thing I liked about it is like most movies are only really there for one reason, like if it's locations or good characters or stuff or good story. But it has like all of them. And the visuals really bring it all together. It just has like every single reason you would like a movie. But
What
in
do you
my
think of
opinion,
the?
for some,
Oh, go on.
for it, it definitely, I feel like it was slightly better than the first one. But the thing is, I kind of lost track of what was going on halfway through the movie, which really definitely brought it down a lot.
We're gonna rewatch it in theaters with Elisha. You should go with us to that.
Maybe I should, but the thing is, I don't like spending money. I really hate spending money so much.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
Like, if it's something that's not permanent, I absolutely do not want to spend money on it.
Yeah, I get that definitely. I feel
I'm
the
just
same about
stingy.
subscriptions.
Subscriptions?
I could go on and on
Wait, are
about
you talking about,
subscriptions.
like-
I hate subscriptions.
Are we talking about, like, YouTube subscriptions?
No, like subscription services that you have to pay like monthly.
Yeah, same. I like.
If it's
that
not a
just
one-time payment, it
demotivates me.
doesn't feel like it feels like I'm wasting my money.
Yeah, and that's also the reason I really, really hate the idea of apartments. Like, I would rather live in a trailer house my entire life if I could just get it off in one payment than live in an apartment. That's really nice.
That's honestly fair because you don't have to stay in the house. Like you can leave. You can go live your life. Your house is just not luxurious.
All you really need in a house, to be honest, is like a place to sleep and maybe a place to like put stuff like a TV or a computer.
You just need a little bit of storage, entertainment, a bed, and food. That's all.
Do you know what I kind of worry about when I grow up? When I grow up, I feel like I'm just going to go on binges of just not eating a whole bunch. Because, not that I want to lose weight, just because I really don't feel like spending money on food because it'll go away and it's not permanent. So I feel like that would be something that happens. Like,
You're gonna invent a new type of eating disorder.
Oh, true. I feel like that would not be that surprising if it happened.
Maybe you gotta move in with someone.
We gotta call it stingorexia.
Yeah, sure. New
You're
definition. Get that on the
stingy.
dictionary.
Okay. So many kids in the house to get the sound up. Sorry.
What? What?
It was an Encanto reference. You didn't get it. Because you're stupid.
I don't know how to respond to this.
Okay. Sorry. I decided to say that. Okay.
New topic. What's something that gets
So-
you real mad?
What's something that gets me real mad? I
Yeah.
mean, it's not easy to make me mad. I can't really... honestly, just like my siblings. Joy, mainly. My sister, Joy. Gets me really mad.
Colin, new person on the list of 2 poops in a pod enemies. Joy, Elisha, and 2 poops in a pod.
Yeah, we're our own enemies.
While we're adding to the list of enemies at Full Load or Rubble, you're our friends and you have a podcast, so you're going on there too.
Mm-hmm. We gotta terminate Pod Guy. Get him.
Oh yeah,
off
get
the
Pod
agenda.
Guy out of here. We don't have to add Pod Guy
Let's
to this because we already have Elisha.
Well, let's find a reason to cancel Pod Guy. So
Yeah, honestly,
so we'll be the main competing.
Hold on, how much
How do we
diversity does
cancel it?
Pod Guy have? I'm gonna go on the
I
Pod
don't
Guy.
know.
Pod Guy is the podcast owned by Elisha,
Oh,
Muncher's
true.
brother, by the way.
I don't think there are that many women
And
on
he-
that
he would-
podcast. Maybe we could cancel
he-
him for misogyny. Hey.
All right. Looks like gonna dig up some dirt. Not a lot of diversity going on. I mean, they've had a lesbian and a black person, but that's about it in terms of diversity. Like everyone else is just white
Really?
and male. Or wait, no.
Ooh.
There was another woman in there. Yeah,
Have we
not a
had
lot
any
of diversity going on. I think
Has there been any
Pod
trans
Guys are
people?
like, we gotta take down Pod Guy, honestly.
True. Has there been any trans people in Pod Guys?
Oh, I don't think so.
Ooh,
They got,
we can cancel them for that.
Wooshi, that's a straight white guy. Dangus, that's another straight white guy. Nick, straight white guy. Puff, straight white
Not
guy.
allowable, not
James,
allowable.
straight white guy. Mr. Alt, straight white guy. Corey, straight
Hey,
white guy. Muncher
Are you
Maniac,
sure
straight
about
white
Corey,
guy.
though?
And then
Like, are you
Toaster
sure
Fire,
about
which
Corey?
is a lesbian female. So there's some diversity. There's another female Mario Master. You get the point. There's not a lot of diversity going on here.
Yeah, we gotta cancel him for not having enough trans people.
Honestly, yeah.
Yes.
Pod Guy is transphobic. We gotta get it out of here.
We gotta get it.
And
We
hold
gotta
on.
cancel them.
We need dirt on
And-
two. We need dirt on all of our enemies. Where's the other Two Poops in a Pod channel?
Oh gosh, I just realized. Now we have to invite every single minority we said, or we'll be a hypocrite. We'll be hypocrite.
Just
Where are we gonna find? How are
it's
we gonna
okay. We'll
convince a
figure it out.
trans- How are we gonna convince a trans person to get on our podcast? Like, we don't even know any.
You're gonna have to
our
take one
immediate
for the
friend
team
group.
and turn trans for us. Sorry about that.
Okay. Here we go.
You feeling like a woman trapped in a
I'm
man's
joking.
body?
But then he was born.
Mhm. Let's see.
Get the joke.
I'm looking for dirt on Two Poops in a Pod. The other one. The I in the word in our name is capital. In their name, it is not capital. It is not capital. So,
We gotta cancel them for that.
yeah. Two Poops wreaking havoc on the podcast industry. Why you gotta do that for? Let the other podcasts exist. You don't have to wreak havoc on them.
Let the other podcasts live in peace, man.
I like how we're saying this at the same time, just making fun of a podcast that did nothing to us other than come up with our name before we did.
Leave.
Our logo is better though.
Yeah, our logo is awesome.
We have a fire
They-
logo.
you
I
can
think we
tell-
have that over
You,
them.
you can tell they put no time into their logo.
we're, just, we're just bullying this random podcast.
Okay. Okay, we gotta get them canceled too.
Yeah, I'm sure
it's all.
they haven't even had a guest. Which I guess,
Oh,
as of right now, we
yeah.
haven't had a guest either, but still. Where's the diversity?
We're gonna They have 3 episodes and still not a guest. They haven't had. They haven't had. Oh man. They have had women, which is sad. Okay, so then we gotta.
They have it.
think of
Uh
something
oh.
else.
they have something over us. We gotta.
And
gotta
the
step
fact that
up
they're
our
doing
game.
this- Yeah, we gotta step up our game, for goodness sake.
Mhm.
I mean,
They took our
we
handle.
probably can't-
Their handle is
probably
at
can't-
Two Poops in a Pod. That could have been us.
We probably can't cancel them for not being lesbian enough, because they're 2 women making a podcast together. What else can
We
we ask
don't-
for being a lesbian?
We don't even know. We don't. Maybe they're a couple of lesbians. Maybe they're not. I think what we have to do is start making
The fact that
out.
they're making a podcast together, they probably are.
Muncher, we have to make out. That's the only way.
Aw, let's go. I tripped up. Oh gosh, I
tripped?
decided to stand up for I decided to stand up for a second, and now it's not gonna get audio for like a little bit. I
That's
just
fine.
can't not stand up and walk around.
That's fair. I know how to control myself in the middle of a recording. But you know, you do you.
I mean, I can control myself, but it wasn't really on my mind that I was recording. For some reason, I thought my phone was recording for a second. So yeah.
Honestly, that's fair.
Oops.
Common mistake. What is not fair is that these two women took the name Two Poops in a Pod before we did. 2 months late.
Okay, I'm gonna go in their YouTube comment section. Can we cancel you?
Are you doing it on our Two Poops in a Pod account? Are we actually starting this beef?
Oh, okay. We gotta go on that account. You gotta share the account with me so I can. Okay,
I'm not gonna give you the account information while we're filming, but you know, after this episode, we'll start some beef up, give you guys some content.
The thing is, I really don't feel like going through all the effort to.
Maybe they'll discover us.
YouTube account.
Maybe we don't have to. Maybe you don't have to force this beef. Maybe it'll happen organically. What if we got them as guests?
My sister's playing the piano, which is the worst for a podcast, man. Like, she's
that's why
super loudly. My younger one.
Yeah, that's why she's on the list of poop in a pod enemies.
Oh, true. We're gonna cancel her for ranting on our parade.
We have 2 siblings on your, 2 of your siblings on the list, and then 1 podcast. Technically 2 podcasts because one of your siblings has a podcast. No, 2 podcasts because we're also beefing with a full load of rebel.
Yeah, we gotta find reasons. Okay, later we gotta watch their podcast and find a reason to cancel them.
2 poops in the pod or a full load of rebel.
2 poops in the pod.
Yeah, only 4 episodes to sit through. We can totally find something.
Okay,
you know what?
I can just ask them their YouTube comments if they're a lesbian or not.
And for a full load of, for those who don't know, because again, this isn't just for our friends. A full load of rebel is a podcast owned by our good friends Nick and James.
Yeah.
And we're beefing with them because they're a
losers.
podcast.
We cannot have them.
Everybody.
We're gonna beat them with our epic podcast.
Yeah, we're also gonna beat them. Period.
How to fake a period.
We're gonna fake our periods and tell them.
And then we're gonna beat them.
We're gonna get real mad at them.
I have the shortest attention span ever, so literally during this call, I'm playing the Google Snake game.
The Google Snake game. That's what you resort to.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what else am I gonna play?
Anything. You have games that you've paid for that aren't Google Snake.
But the thing is, then I have to make these really loud clicking noises that no one's gonna want to hear in the camera. Like I'm literally gonna, like you might as well just have a thwomp crushing down on my computer every time I hit the keyboard.
Yes, good Super Mario reference. More of those. We want to appeal to that gamer audience.
Yeah, we gotta beat Pod Guy. Because Pod Guy
has so many gamers. That's how we compete with them. We take the gamers away from Pod Guy.
Oh wait, we gotta think of a universal reason to cancel everyone. Okay,
But if everyone is canceled, then no one is canceled. Have you even seen The Incredibles?
Oh, true. I think
just
it's
the people on our
acceptable to
list.
cancel people for not being fat. So, you're right.
True.
It's acceptable.
They're
to cancel
fat-phobic
people
because they're not fat. That's how we can get all of our enemies.
I mean, we can't cancel Load of Rubble, sadly, but we can cancel 2 Poops in a Pod.
So we got
James is on Load of Rubble.
So we got a few of our enemies down. We got something against them.
Okay.
But what does a full load of rubble have that we got against them?
There's no trans people.
We don't have any trans people either.
Oh, true. I mean, we don't have any fat people. Actually, never mind.
Yeah.
Wait, was I referencing you or me? I don't even know.
I don't know. What's your definition of fat?
I don't know.
I think objectively we are both overweight, so like, Everyone who dislikes us is fat phobic.
Uh-huh.
All of our enemies are fat phobic.
We're gonna cancel them.
Yeah, we don't like them.
Oh no, maybe we can get Two Poops in a Pod to hate us, and then they'll be fat phobic.
Yeah, we just gotta be really mean to them, and then call them fat phobic when they tell us to stop being mean.
We just gotta spam the mean comments in their YouTube section, and then we can cancel them.
That's how you do it. Honestly, we got it down. The only one that won't work on is full load of Rebel.
Oh, true. I mean, he's pretty fat, you know.
No, not to be mean or anything. You know, it is what's inside that counts after all, and he does got a lot inside.
True. James has a lot of insides. So what did you do today? I feel like
I was waiting for you to bring that question up. We just need the silence to last long enough for you to go for it.
I mean, we can't have a silence in our podcast. That's not acceptable.
You know what? I'll put in the effort and cut out the silence at least.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, and cut out my stupid Encanto reference.
I'm not cutting it out.
Why? What's wrong with you? Okay, so what did you do today?
Yeah, I waited for us to film this episode. All I was thinking about is Two Poops in a Pod. I got so excited.
Did you go on a walk or anything else?
I didn't even go on my daily walk today. That's how excited I was to start filming Two Poops in a Pod.
I was excited too. I was waiting to get home from driver's education.
I could have been studying my driving. I could have been doing anything productive, but instead I was sitting at my computer waiting, knowing that you wouldn't be back until 3:45.
No, but it's the most boring thing ever, I'm telling you.
I know, I hate... I haven't done driver's ed, but I've done, minimal studying, and I hated every second of it.
The thing, it's kind of interesting, but we literally have to sit in school desks for 8 hours for 5 days in a row, and just do... We don't have any breaks. We have to just sit in a desk for 8 hours and hear a teacher ramble on about driving and then take the occasional quiz. And it's the most boring thing ever.
Well, and, for the viewers at home, we can't drive yet. You're growing up with us, We're not starting this podcast as adults.
I've literally planned out my entire future just out of boredom during that class. I mean, it's really unlikely. I doubt I'm gonna become a YouTuber.
Maybe this podcast will get big. If this podcast gets big
then
enough,
we'll have money.
We play our cards right, we're gonna make that money.
Maybe if we put our cards right, we could share the wish.
Mm-hmm.
We could share the podcast in money.
We'll share the podcasting money, because you need
Why
both poops, and we can't have the poops quitting when we start making money,
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna share the podcasting money. We're gonna take the easy way out. We're not gonna get a real job. We're gonna use podcasting money, buy a house.
I'm not gonna. I'd rather not get a job. So yeah.
Honestly,
but we also have to
I'll take the easy way out with you if this podcast gets big.
Honestly, Sam. If we just make a little bit of money, at least we'll have enough money to buy enough food to poop for this podcast.
We'll buy food.
To be able to poop,
We'll start a Patreon. We'll get sponsors. Make that money.
Okay. What sponsors are we gonna get?
Probably some crypto scam or something. I don't know what companies target smaller channels, but I don't think it's the big ones.
I hope I don't regret saying this right now, but honestly, I just take any company, no matter the value of their product, if they sponsored us. I hope I don't regret saying that.
I'll just
But yeah, I did.
you know, I'll take one for the team and endorse the companies no matter what.
Honestly, yeah. But if we can like find a thing we both like really like to use. Okay, what's something we both absolutely love?
We should at least do background checks and make sure we're not endorsing a scam or anything.
I mean, we don't want to get canceled. We're canceling enough people already. We can't get canceled ourselves. So, we gotta do a background check at the very least to make sure they're not a scammer.
Yeah.
And then, if they're not, we literally just do whatever they want us to do.
If they're not, even if we hate the product. Is this conversation gonna make sponsors not? They're not gonna research. They're not gonna watch our videos. They're just gonna see that we're popular and say, "Hey, we endorse our product."
And I doubt someone who is gonna buy the product from us would watch all our videos to see if we said anything like it.
Listen, if we have a sponsorship, this is to the viewers, not you, Muncher Maniac. If we have a sponsorship, it's because we 100% endorse the product. We love it. It's the best thing we had ever experienced, and it's totally worth your money.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta be honest. Like, the one sponsor that genuinely makes me want to buy it is, like, you know HelloFresh?
I know HelloFresh.
It just seems, like, so good. Like, you get free meals, like... Or not free meals. You get, like, a bunch of meals. It's like a subscription service.
Before
you
we
pay
endorse
for
HelloFresh,
food anyway, so you might as well.
Which is just another company that does what HelloFresh does. What if Blue Apron wants to sponsor us? You know, we love HelloFresh and Blue Apron.
Honestly, like I feel like subscriptions for food is different because you have to pay for food anyway.
Yeah.
You have to constantly pay for food anyway.
Those are good subscriptions. Like, this isn't even for the viewers. Like, that makes sense. That's how subscriptions should be.
But if you're just subscribing to watch TV, I feel like that's different.
Yeah. I mean, I can kind of understand it for TV, but for something like a mobile app, just make it a one-time payment.
Yeah. Like, I would never use a mobile app if it was like that. Or maybe I would if I really
All of them are,
I wouldn't
pretty
want
much.
as much.
Pretty much all the ones that with a pro version, you can't just do a one-time payment. And that's same with, like, Photoshop or whatever the editor people like to use is. It's so expensive.
True. Like, just using an editor that you pay weekly, I'd personally rather just use a low-quality editor than pay.
You don't even have to use a low-quality editor. DaVinci Resolve is really, really good. It's not that far off from the professional ones. Like, it's not worth paying for an editor.
Honestly, I just use DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah. For anyone watching this, DaVinci Resolve, very good, free. Get it. Don't waste your money on an expensive editor.
Do you know what I kind of want to do when I grow up? Like, what if I just had a HelloFresh? I never bought food from the store because, like, if you never have food in your cabinet, you never have to worry about gaining weight and having the temptation to eat.
That's kind of true.
I could just like buy healthy food like veggies and stuff to snack on if I was ever hungry, and so that's how I would be healthy, and just eat HelloFresh all the other times.
Yeah. Speaking of, how's your working out been going?
Horrible. The daily reminder didn't work, so for some reason the reminder's not working, so I literally just forget about it.
Oh no.
I don't know why it doesn't work, but it doesn't. I'll try to work out today because you reminded me, so thank you.
You're welcome.
You're such a good friend, man.
Thank you. You're a good friend too.
Aw.
We would be hugging if we were with each other in real life right now.
True.
We'd be hugging and kissing and making out.
We're better friends than... We're better friends than that stupid Loda Rubble stuff.
We're better friends than two poops in a pod with a not capital I.
Those people are probably just like fake friends. They probably met each other.
They're probably only in it for the money. We would never take a sponsorship or create a Patreon.
What are you talking about? We would totally take a sponsorship.
For any companies watching, hit us up.
I mean, if you're HelloFresh, then totally.
If HelloFresh is watching this or Blue Apron, we'll take either one. We really don't care.
Yeah.
Come on,
I mean, I doubt they would sponsor like a video that would.
Two poops in a pod contact@gmail.com.
I doubt they would sponsor a podcast that gets like 5 views. So we gotta make so many podcasts that we get a whole bunch of subscribers, and then we're gonna get rich off.
That's why we gotta commit to weekly episodes. That gets the views, that gets the watch time, that gets the money.
If we do it eventually, no matter how many views each video gets, I feel like we could eventually make money at some point.
Yeah.
Like if we did weekly uploads.
We gotta commit to the weekly uploads. What day should we do? What day of the week should we upload?
I mean, I don't really want to have a schedule, so I feel like it makes it stressful. Maybe we could just record at any day we felt like it.
Well,
but then
yeah, we can record any day, but like, what day do we want the video to come out? Because like recording is just like having an hour-long conversation, and then that's all you'd really have to do.
I feel
each
like
week if
I
we
feel
did
like we should
weekly
upload.
uploads.
I feel like Sunday is the best day to do weekly uploads.
Yeah, that makes
Like,
sense.
viewers
People
will be
are
like-
free, off work, school, whatever. They can wind down with two poops in a pod.
And do whatever else they're doing.
Mhm.
Or maybe some Giga Chat is gonna decide to watch our podcast while in the toilet. That would be that. I mean, that's kind of what it's made for.
True.
I just realized, what if the two poops in a podcast was like, what if they stole our idea? What if it's Josie and someone else?
What if they watch this episode, and they just take all our topics. They read WikiHow articles.
True. What if they're time travelers?
That'll give us a reason to be mad at them. So we're not just
and then
like
we can
beefing with them
and then
for
we
no
can
reason and
cancel
like
them.
saying all these mean words.
Okay, do you wanna make up lore that's totally not true to have beef with them, to have a reason to have beef with them?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, so what did they do to us that's awful?
What?
What did they do to us that should get them canceled? So they did something horrible to us.
Well, they came up with our name before us, and that that gives us a slight negative feeling, which means it's a hate crime.
Humanity is ruined because of their decision.
The world exists to make sure that we never experience slight discomfort. The people around us, everyone around us exists to make sure that we're happy, and that's how it works. And anyone who doesn't is fatphobic because we are slightly overweight.
The world is literally the Truman Show, but we're Truman.
Yeah, we are Truman, and everyone exists to make us happy and make sure we never feel any negative emotions.
Hey, that's a good idea. That's what we should call us two together. Just our team name is Truman. The True Men. Oh that's awesome.
We keep it real. If we ever get sued by Two Poops in a Pod, then we have a new name for the podcast.
True Men. That's a good idea. It's just gonna be really weird at first, because no one's gonna understand the joke. True Men Show, but then if they really want to, they could look back at our first podcast and realize why we did that.
Yeah. Exactly.
They're gonna do research. Bro, we're gonna become celebrities off this podcast, and at some point in time, we're just gonna be rich and famous.
We're gonna become big political speakers, because we have the very, a very popular opinion that no one is allowed to say anything slightly offensive, and the people around you exist to make sure you never experience discomfort.
If someone makes you feel discomfort, then you're legally allowed to beat them up.
Hmm. If someone makes you feel discomfort, they're racist, homophobic, fatphobic, transphobic.
And they're just phobic in every way ever.
Hmm. Exactly.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
So, the other two poops in the pod is all that stuff.
Hmm.
So we can cancel them if we want.
Yeah, and also the intentions don't matter, context doesn't matter. They made us feel slight discomfort, and that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, do you know what I've been thinking about? That might be a good idea.
What?
Since none of us have like a load of money right now, none of our friends. What if our friend all just bought like a giant house with a bunch of rooms, and we all just lived there until we found a home? Like each one of us could separately just live there. Like at first, all of us would live there, and we would eventually branch off. Like maybe once we got wives or something.
Everyone just slowly leaves until James is the
And had
only one
enough
left
money.
because he doesn't have a job.
Yeah, and the last person to get the home keeps it, which might be a bad idea because it would serve for competition.
We're
But yeah,
turning into a Mr. Beast challenge.
I mean it's not a challenge though. It's just a challenge for who has a life, who doesn't have a life that for the longest. But honestly, if like our entire friend group just saved up for like one house, we could probably find some really cheap house that has a whole bunch of bedrooms and buy it.
Yeah,
You
and then it would come with pet rats, cockroaches, all your favorite little critters.
I mean, if we're getting a house that's pretty cheap out of it, then, you know, I mean, we could just put James in the basement with all the spiders.
Yeah, throw James in the basement. James from a full load of rubble.
He could just eat the rats if he wants a snack.
Yeah, free food. It comes with free food.
True. And then we'd have enough food to pay for everyone.
And you know the
But we just get,
cockroaches,
like,
they're just a little rustic charm.
Yeah. Those cockroaches.
Mm-hmm. We'd never have to pay for food.
I mean the cockroaches would probably make David want to move in, which we wouldn't want. So.
Yeah.
David would eventually move in because he's a cowboy. So yeah. Then we would have one more person to feed and one more bedroom to find.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we've been recording for about an hour now. I feel like it could be a good time to wrap up.
I mean, I feel like we just end when we want to end. At this point, we don't have to go on any longer, but I'm kind of enjoying this right now. Are you?
I mean, yeah, we can keep going. Let's just
next
go time we
until...
run out of things to say and need a topic, that's when we can end.
I mean, this was pretty fun because we just kind of goofed off and talked about stuff.
Yeah,
it's kind of fun to do.
For the first 20 minutes or something, we ignored the topics and looked at WikiHow articles, and that's how I was envisioning it. That's how I wanted it to go.
I feel like we only actually did the topics for 10 minutes. Of the entire
my vision
podcast.
Is coming true. We're not entirely relying on the topics. That's how a good podcast starts. That's how you make the money with your weekly uploads and your sponsors.
Topics are just a thing to do if you have
they're
nothing
a
else to
crutch
talk
and not
about.
a necessity. Because we're buddies.
Man.
We can talk about anything.
We're bros.
A couple of bros. Maybe a little bit more. I always tell Munch of this because I think it's really funny. But I feel like
this is dead.
I feel like if we went out in public,
my headphones died. My headphones
like
died, so now you can hear
public,
everything.
people would just think that we're a gay couple, and I find that really funny.
My phone died just now, so.
Or
not my phone. Not my phone. My headphones died, and my phone's at 3%. So I feel like it's a decent time to end soon.
Yeah.
Now,
if
my recordings can hear everything you're saying. It's not good.
I'm gonna have to switch to the call audio that I'm recording, so for this part specifically. So editing this is gonna be fun.
I feel like this is a good time to end the video, to be honest.
Yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to tune in next Sunday.
Make sure to like and subscribe and go hate on the other poops in a pod.
Mhm. Yeah, that's. Goodbye.
Bye.